The Trump administration announcing today they're ending the DACA program, short for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and that Congress has until March 5th to pass legislation to replace it. The president tweeting today, "Congress, get ready to do your job, DACA." Attorney General Jeff Sessions weighing in today. Take a listen.
We cannot admit everyone who would like to come here. It's just that simple. Congress should carefully and thoughtfully pursue the types of reforms that are right for the American people.
Here now is Ken Paxton, Texas Attorney General. He's one of 10 state attorneys general who are going to file a lawsuit today against the federal government order over DACA. Good to see you, General. Let me just ask, in light of what happened today with what the president and his attorney general said, are you dropping the idea of a lawsuit?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Yeah, we are dropping that lawsuit. The president did a good job today, Jeff Sessions. We're pleased with the result, and we're going to move on. We're going to withdraw this lawsuit. They did the right thing. So
the legal grounds for the lawsuit were all about President Obama doing something that was unconstitutional, going around Congress and deciding immediately to grant hundreds of thousands of people a certain immigration status.
That's exactly right. For years, President Obama said he didn't have the authority to change immigration law. And then out of the blue, he started making new law. And so we sued him previously on another issue over immigration, and we were ready to sue on this as well, based on the fact that the president does not have the authority to change law that is purely in the realm of Congress, and that's why we stepped in.
Okay, so let us now talk about the people affected, or the people who might be affected. We are seeing all kinds of interviews on television of dreamers saying that they're worried about being deported immediately and so forth. We even have a countdown to deportation clocks going on all around the country. Now, by my guess, they have at least 6 months that this whole program is put on pause, and then another 2 years after their permits expire. So it's about 2.5 years before any deportations would begin, correct?
No, you've got it exactly right. And hopefully within that time frame, Congress will have the ability to act on what they think is the best policy for this country.
Well, what do you think is the best policy for these dreamers left behind?
Well, first of all, this is a federal issue, not a state issue. And as the Attorney General, I deal with enforcing law, making sure that the Constitution is defended, which is what we did here. But I don't make policy decisions. I'm not in the legislature. So I leave that up to Congress, and I'm happy to do that.
But again, I would like you to maybe overstep your bounds of what you do. What would be best for you as an enforcer of immigration law to do with those, what, 700,000 or so young people who were so-called dreamers?
The only thing that I would ask that Congress do is make sure that we're acting in the best interests of all Americans, that this is whatever they come up with benefits the entire country, takes into consideration these children, but also takes into consideration the rest of America. And as long as they're making their policy decisions based on that, I'll be good with it.
But the children who are now adults, who have registered as DACA people, they've gone through a screening process to allow us to determine that perhaps they'd be good citizens, or at least good green card holders if they stayed here. Does that suit you?
Well, no, I actually, this was part of the made-up program, offering green cards and then ultimately citizenship. That's exactly what the administration.
But if that's what Congress decides, would you be okay with that?
Look, whatever Congress, if it goes through the process of being voted on and being debated, you know, we will not sue if it's passed by Congress. That is completely within their authority to deal with.